Hello, out there in the universe. My name is Susan. Welcome to our Friday Night Live. Here we are again on the Southern Cross Stones Oracle page, which is an absolutely wonderful, in my opinion, pack of cards, which I developed over 30 years ago and has just been birthed this year. I think that the cards have been out there in the universe now for about 6 weeks, and a few people have their own set, and a few people are actually using their set and have got back to me with some excellent feedback. So the reason we're here on this Friday night in Perth time, so if you live in the UK, it's probably Friday afternoon, and other parts of Europe, probably Friday afternoon. So, giving you the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. If there's anybody that has questions they would like to ask the cards, or they would like to ask me about the cards, then please feel free to pop in and let me know what you would like most. I've been sitting on a couple of products that have been slowly developing in my world. For those people that know me, know that I'm fairly an impatient soul. And if I think of something, I do like it to eventuate quite quickly, which is quite amazing that these cards have taken 30 years to eventuate. So I am enjoying their energy. This weekend I'm off to a market in the Swan Valley area of Perth, which is kind of not really a place I visit very often. But yeah, so if you happen to live over that way, then you'll find us at the Swan Valley Market. It's on Great Northern Highway. So let me have a look at the actual name of the place. It is called the Swan Valley Psychic and Holistic Fair. So it's held at Bellavia Homestead, which is on the Great Northern Highway. I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes away from the Central Midland area, so not very far at all. So this is my 4th time on the Friday Night Live, and yeah, I still cannot bear to listen to my own voice, but I do understand now with support that I can save the video and not kill it. So there are a couple of others if you wish to have a look what the cards are about or what they can do. Most welcome to pop in there and leave a comment. I've just drawn a card for myself, and that's really quite funny because I was talking about my own personal impatience. And so this is the card of now, the card of processes, and the card of speed. I've got a bit of a problem with my right foot when I drive, that it tends to like to depress itself a little bit close to the ground, and I have had a few speeding fines in my time. I've had a couple this year that were actually downright scary. So yeah, it's funny that I should draw that card. So do we have anyone, Dee, that would like a card drawn from them yet?
Not yet, and I reckon seeing as how nobody else has jumped in, I might like a card drawn for me today.
Okay, so we'll give them a really good shuffle and take the me out of them. Oh, look at that. Dee's going to be so busy. All the cards are actually jumping out. I'm not sure that too much more busy can cope with, but yeah. Maybe if I follow the cards' directions and let them be shuffled in a smooth way, then we can pick a card for D. So, okay, this card that you have is the card of empathy, the card of listening. It is the card of using your voice and being able to express what you need to say through sound. So that's probably apt from the short thing that you told me about how your day had been for the last, well, few days. And this card, the one of voice and empathy, is, I would say saying a message for you as well, that the empathy is needed for self as well as the other people around that you're helping and guiding. So, did I see Chris pop in? I'm not very good at watching the comments and concentrating on my energy. But if she did, if that was Chris, I really would like to know whether you've started working with the connection circles, and if you have, how you've found that process. I emailed her earlier in the week and told her how to use a basic connection circle and how they would help her with a challenge that she's having. Like, we have a set of connection circles which comes with the stones to be able to do it, as well as a little instruction book which helps you to be able to set your intent and to allow it to work with the energy that you're hoping to achieve. So, I'd be very interested to know how you went, Chris, if you've started to use that process.
Yeah, Chris is here, and Emma would like a card, please.
Okay, Emma, I'll give the cards a good shuffle and see what it is that it offers for you. Okay, so split them. So what you've drawn, Emma, is the card of family, the card of ancestors, okay? And what this tells me psychically is that you're undergoing a renovation or a change within your family unit, and that you might not be really sure about that you're wondering, how that's going to pan out. But this card is telling you that you're on the right path, that your ancestors, your friends, your clan are all there to support you. I'm psychically getting that there is a lot of indecision and uncertainty around a family issue at the moment. But what this card is offering you is the chance to have a little more confidence or a little more peace in the direction that the universe is taking you in regard to this family issue. So I would think this is a wonderful card to have, because it is a card of support, and it is a card that tells you that times might be difficult right at this moment, and you might not understand energetically what is happening around you, but the support that you need and that you will do well with is very close at hand. Your clan and your tribe, the people in your family that are your choice, not your blood, are definitely close around you. So that card is encouraging you to make the connection and, and say, look, actually I need a hand at the moment, or I'd like some support. I want you there. So hopefully that card speaks to you, and that provides you with some answers to what you're going through at this moment. Okay. So do we have another question, Dee?
We certainly do. So we have a question from Jay Lee, who would like to know if she's making the right decision for her family.
Okay, Jay Lee, I get that the card that you've got is the one of enterprise, okay, the one of adventure, action. And what this tells me is that you're being very bold, and you're perhaps going out the boundaries of what you would normally deem acceptable in making decisions, because this is very much about a big decision. And this card is a very positive card. I do believe that the decision that you want to make has somehow involved with either business or earning money, because you have the enterprise there. It is an abundance factor, and I believe that even if not in the first 3 months, certainly within the 12 months, your decision will flow through to your financial arenas as well as your family arenas, okay? This is the card of adventure, so this is not always a card that is totally comfortable. This is something that, you know, it might push your boundaries, and it might push you to thinking, holy moly, what have I just done? But this card, I assure you, has plenty of support with it, okay? There's plenty of busyness, and it can be a card that brings its own particular brand of exhaustion, but that exhaustion it's exciting, it's relieving, it's adventurous. So yeah, I would say the short answer to your question is yes, you are doing the right thing, okay? So hopefully that helps you to be able to put into a different perspective what you've been thinking about doing. Okay, thank you.
So Maria popped in and said, hello, gorgeous.
Maria with the pasta. Oh, hello, Maria.
And Marissa is here and she would like a card.
Marissa, another lovely lady. Aren't I truly blessed to have such wonderful people around me? One thing that I've really found very different about my life in the last 6 weeks, since I gave these cards a voice, is that I've been able to get back in touch with a lot of things that were very, very important to me 20, 30 years ago, that were very opening of myself and my spirit and my direction. And so these cards have given me quite a big gift. So I'm very thankful for that. So let's have a look at the card for you. Okay. It is the card of rebirth, okay? The card of growth and transitions. And what this tells me is there's something ending in your life at the moment, and that this ending will bring a totally fresh new energy with it. It's almost like a plant that you're taking out of the garden. The plant it's not that you don't need it anymore, it's just been in the wrong place, and that plant is being replanted somewhere else. And once it's replanted, it will grow, it will blossom, and it will reach its full potential, okay? So this card also comes with a fair bit of work, and it doesn't just blossom instantly on a magic wand. You've done the work. You will have that sense of, I did it. I've gone from this spot to that spot, and there's a sense of achievement that comes with it. Lovely card to get. Thank you. Hopefully that gives you an answer as well as a question, because I believe that you're a woman who likes questions. Okay.
So, just a couple of comments. So Emma said, thank you. I have lots going on with ex and babies.
What an energy that is.
And Jay Lee said, yes, 100%. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And so Chris is up next, and she would like you to draw a card for her.
Okay, I'd love to draw a card for you, Chris. Okay. So, you've drawn this card. My light's doing very interesting things in the room. So, what this card tells me, Chris, is at the moment, you would be very well receiving if you would give yourself some time off, okay? That time off means time in your mind as well as time in your environment, because this card is asking you to find some inner calm so that you can have some peace and direction. I think that, Chris, the last week for you has been full of the whole, other people's challenges and you haven't spent enough time actually deciding what you want for yourself. I feel that, almost exhausted in all the energy that is around you within this card, because it's almost like, hang on a minute, I want my peace, I want my calm. I need to give myself permission to be able to be quiet and be directed. And what this card is telling you is that if you choose to keep on taking on the amount of energy that's been around you in the last week, then you're going to need quiet really quickly and really intensely, okay? And by quiet, I mean spiritual quiet. You can be quiet in the most noisy of environments, but what it is about that quietness in here. Because you're very, very empathetic, Chris, you're very much a sponge to other people's emotions and events. You have to be able to be cautious and block them to a certain degree. Yes, it's all about being kind and being helpful and being able to help people. The most major way that you can help people is to have the calm within yourself, so that when they are draining, and I definitely get that you have a lot of people that are draining around you at the moment, Chris. When they're draining, they're not draining you, they're only draining the universal energy. So it's a totally different, it's almost like my mother would have said that when you have a cup of tea, you take the tea from the pot, not from your own cup. So what that means spiritually is that your teapot is coming from the universe and not from your own cup of tea, okay? So you're still able to help people. They're still, able to have the refreshment, but you're not paying the price yourself, okay? That's really important. Okay, hopefully that was able to help you.
Chris says that she has started with the connection circle. She's into day 2.
Excellent. Day 2 starts to feel a little strange and think, okay, what am I doing? But by day 5, you'll feel a difference and you'll be able to notice, hey, hang on a minute, what I'm doing here with my circles and my circles of trust, it's all having a very good impact. And sometimes the impact is not directly on what you're doing the circle for. It's around the circle, but it's always beneficial to what your core intent is. Whatever your intent that you put in the middle of your circle, it's always related to that. So that'll be really interesting. You definitely have to let us know how you keep going with that.
So Marissa said that she's loving her cards. She's enjoying spending time with them, and she would highly recommend them. So maybe it's a good time to tell people where they might find them.
Oh, thank you very much. I feel like these cards are a child of mine, which is crazy because I've got quite nice children that are really very independent. Whereas these children, these cards, have taken a long time to mature. So I really appreciate your comments. And I would love the fact if you would pop over to my website, which is the southernCrossStonesOracle.com.au, and you can purchase a pack from there. You can have them sent to your place if you buy them from the website. If you live reasonably close to my suburb, then I'm quite happy to drop them off or let you pick them up. Or if you're at the markets anywhere near the Swan Valley on the weekend, then I'm quite happy to meet you. And everybody that buys a pack of card at the markets gets a free little mini reading as well. So it could be a way to reach out and connect to a issue that you might not want to ask in the public environment of the live. So I would like it if you would like a set of cards, if you would just jump on. So order away. Thank you. So do we have any questions?
We do. We have Tracy. She would like a card to know if she's heading in the right direction.
Okay, Tracy, let's have a look. Okay, so we have a card for you that is, this card is all about being noisy, okay? This card is about being heard. And what I'm getting, Tracy, is that previously you you've been quite submissively quiet in your life. Not that you're not able to be heard. Whereas what this card is saying is that now you can speak up. You can use your voice. You have a lot of personal power that you've worked on over the last couple of years, and that this card is confirming that you're most definitely in the right position and you are being heard, and that it's an invitation to continue more work on yourself, your spirit, as well as your goals. Because what this card is telling me is that you have really big dreams and you have only just realized that you can achieve them. Okay, so I love this card. It's kind of like a sort of rah-rah card where you're yay, yay, you're screaming at the top of your voice, literally. You're proclaiming your ability to get it done. Okay, wonderful card to have, really. I would say the short answer is yes, you are on the track. You are going. Okay, enjoy your journey.
Okay, so Janine popped in to say hello.
I know that woman, Janine.
You do know that
I
woman,
know that
Janine.
woman. She's a lovely woman. She has a most amazing energy, and she currently lives by the beach. So I would actually think that I might need to go visit her sometime soon. And, have a bit of beach time. I would love that. Did Janine have a question for us?
She's not next in line. She might have a question for us, but she's not next in line.
Pardon me, don't jump the queue.
Next in line we have, I hope I'm saying this right, Kendra, Kyndra.
Kendra, I would say it as Kendra, so please correct us. Does she have a specific question?
No, she would just like for you to draw a card for her.
Okay. Oh, wow. You've got the power card, Kendra. This is the card of discovery, of connection, of ability to embrace your own destiny. I feel that what this card is telling me is that you've been what Spirit is saying, you've been living someone's life. And what I mean by that is you've been functioning on somebody else's perception of what makes you happy. But what this card is saying is that's out the window. You're now actually doing what makes you happy, and that your future and your fate are right here, really close. And what Spirit is telling me is that you're very artistic and that you're very creative, and your sense of destiny and discovery is involved in your artistic or your creative energy. So now is the time to express that. You have a big question at the moment, what this card is saying, that in your heart you have a clear answer to, but your body, your cellular self is saying, no, I can't do that, I can't. Well, this card is telling you, don't hold back, just jump in there. Get your boots wet and just do it, because you have the support of this wonderful card. I love that card. One day I might actually be able to draw it for myself, hey? Who knows?
You never know if it's
I do love that card, but just jump in and do it, okay?
So, Colleen popped in and said that she loves you. You are the best human.
Is that my Colleen?
It is your Colleen.
Oh, I love that woman. Where's my babies? Where's my granddaughters? I'll tell you one day I shall see them again soon.
So she's next after Sharon. Sharon would like you to draw a card for her.
Hello, Sharon. So I'll just give them a really good shuffle so you don't get my granddaughters in with yours. Okay? So what are we going to do? This one's jumped out, so I have to give it to you, okay? This is the card of being mindful. This is the card of saying, hang on a minute, everything is not as it seems, okay? And what this card is telling me for you, Sharon, is that you would be well advised to not take other people's opinion around you, and I don't feel as though this is in a workplace, but that it's almost like you're taking something to heart and it's affecting what you do, okay? This card is telling you, hang on a minute, have a look at what they are saying to you. Pull it apart, be analytical if you think that way, because what this card is telling you is that your personality is as everybody would like to be, okay? You have a gift to connect to other people. You are observant. You see things that people generally don't see. But this card comes with a little bit of criticism from an outside source. And this criticism, I assure you, is not valid. It needs to be put into its place. It's telling you to look and be yourself, okay? So hang in there, and if somebody is critical of you at the moment, just send them to me and I'll give them a what if, okay? Because you don't need to have that, and you don't need to be able to, if you take it on board, it's not helpful at the moment, okay? So hopefully that's answered your question.
Okay, so Diane popped in to say hi. And Janine said friggin' perfect. So I think that's in relation to going like to the ocean.
I want to go to the beach. My son, who is a beautiful, beautiful soul, he went on holidays this week. And I don't know whether I forgot to listen when he told me or whether he might have forgot to tell me. But today he sends me a picture and it's this murky thing in the water. So I get back and I say, turtle. And he said, yes, good pick. Apparently some of his mates are on holidays up north and they was just sitting there minding their own business when a lovely little turtle stopped by for a photo opportunity. So yeah, I do love the beach. Have you got any turtles, Janine? I'd be right there if you did. I'm sure. I'll be on the Great Northern Highway on the weekend for the market. So yeah. Maybe you could slip down. Who knows?
So, your Colleen is next.
Sorry, everyone, but I really love this woman. She is a superwoman. And, yeah, let's see what the cards have in store for her. Okay? So, I'm dropping 5 here. So I'm going to pick this one, okay? So what this card tells me, Colleen, is that the sense of injustice around you at the moment is quite heightened. And there is only one thing that you can do about that. And this card here reminds you that you're all about the accord, okay? The agreement that you have with yourself to live your life by your values, okay? This is a hard card. This is not an easy, fluffy card that, will spread that sparkly shit over everyone with the magic wand. This is a real bloody, doing the work shit card. So I'd love to be able to say that there's, some light fluffiness is coming for you in your week. But what this card is telling me is, yeah, You've got the decency, you've got the ability to make decisions, but you need to be in agreement with yourself, okay? You need to be able to say, well, I'm opening my heart, I'm open to these changes, but they will work with you, okay? These 2 little symbols here, they're about balance, okay? So the accord is there. So hang in there, kiddo. You might actually not have a very comfortable week. That's not what I want to be telling you. But the cards are quite clear in that you're on the right track and that you will make a difference this week to somebody else's life, and that difference will be very important. Okay? So thank you. Thank you for popping in. Oh, I'm so lucky. I really am. So lucky. No doubt about it.
A couple of bits of feedback. Tracy says amazing, thank you.
You're welcome, Tracy.
Chris says thanks for the reading. She'll take it on board.
Lovely.
Spot on, sorry. I will take it on board.
Cool. I have no idea what I told you, Chris, but yeah. Thank you.
And next we have Meg Ann, who would like a card, please.
Okay, what an absolute wonderful name. Two lots of powerhouses all in one, okay? So let's ask the cards. This is the one that you have drawn. This is a foundation card. And what this tells me is that at the moment you're not sure about a direction that you're heading in, okay? I feel quite strongly that it's towards your home, okay? Because it's the essence of foundation. And there's a decision to be made that's fairly essential, okay? I don't feel that this card lacks in support. I feel that this card tells you exactly how to be able to make a difference in your world, and that the energy and the vitality that is around you is a gift worth having. Your foundations are strong, okay? And so this card is telling you you're essential and that you will make the right decision. Do you have a choice about somewhere else to live at the moment? Because I'm getting that this is associated around a home, okay? So if there is a choice there and you're feeling uncertainty, just allow the universe to guide you, okay? Because I'm getting the number 3 as really important. I don't know whether that's a house number or whether you have a choice of 3. But, yeah, they're saying that the number 3 is really important. Okay, hopefully that's helpful to you. Hopefully that's helpful to you. So if I could just show you this little book that it's a little book. It's I made it for the markets this weekend. It's tiny, well, I think it's a tiny little book that's got some pretty things in it. And there's actually 100 different exercises to help open your intuition. You probably can't see it for the glare on the thing, but it just says how to trust your intuition. Now, if anyone would like to own that book, if you just give the lovely Dee a message, we'll figure out a way. It's not on the website. It's not listed anywhere for sale, but it will be $12 without postage. So if you're interested in having one and having a few exercises that you can help to open your intuition and to open your heart to different energy, then please feel free to give us a line and we'll help you own it, okay?
Bobby has popped in and says, hello, my lovely.
Ah, hello, the lovely Bobby.
And next on the list we have Jody would like a card.
Okay, Jody, I'm giving them a really good shuffle, okay? So that the card that I pick for you is the message that is most clear. Okay. The card that I have picked for you is the one of family, okay? We definitely got a theme of family running through this week. I don't know whether many of you follow the whole moon thing, but yeah, I'm a moon baby, so I tend to go a little more crazy when there's a full moon and a little sometimes off the planet kind of thing. So this has been a full moon about family, so it's not at all surprising that you've picked the family card, okay? So what this is telling me is at the moment you have a disagreement or a unhappiness within your family unit that would do well to be sorted. What this card is saying to you is that it could intensify or it could be sorted really quite easily, okay? I really do believe that this card is telling you sort it. Okay, you're somebody that generally gets along well with 99.9% of the people that they meet. And right now, you have words that are not being said. So this card is encouraging you to, get back to your sense of friendly, get back to your sense of tribe, and say what's on your mind. They don't have to accept what you say. They don't have to make an action on what you say, but you need to say it, okay? have fun with it too. Hopefully that has answered your question and given you a couple more.
So we have Sharon Bonza says, hi, beautiful Susan. May I please have a card?
Certainly. Is that the swimming girl? Swim, swim, swim. I really, excuse me while I just take a little drink. I love swimming, and I have lost my connection with it over the last few months. So I've asked a couple of people to kick me up the A to regain that sense of connection so that I can get back in touch with my love of the water and all things wet. So let's go back to Sharon and ask her for a card. Okay. So what this card is, this is a building card, Sharon, and this is the opportunity to move house, move jobs, move great deal of things. You know, you might be moving your furniture around, you might be creating a little haven in one corner or room of your home. I do feel that what this card is telling me is that you have a little bit more space somewhere that you weren't prepared for, that you weren't planning for. So the space that is given to you in this card, what this card is asking you is to make a decision how you best will use it, and for you to use your action and your experience and to make the space into something really important to you. There is an essence of music with this card. It's very, very calm and very quiet kind of music. It's not like a radio, it's quite constant. But what this card is saying is maybe you might like to have a music corner or have a place where you can listen to and experience music, okay? Because there's a lack and there's a space that, you know, you want to fill. So if you want to fill it, then it needs to be filled, okay? So hopefully that has answered your question and given you another. Thank you very much.
So Brad has popped in and says, hello, beautiful.
Brad, as in my brain instantly is going into Rocky Horror going Brad and Janet. So, you know, I had a conversation with my sister called Janet earlier. So there you are. Hello, Brad. How are you?
And just a couple of bits of feedback. Tracy says, totally random, but your energy is just wonderful.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. I actually think that I'm the weirdest person ever in the universe. So thank you for that.
And Meg Ann says, thank you. Wonderful listening to you. Really enjoyed my message. What markets will you be at? And of course, I couldn't remember. So I thought you might say that and maybe pop a post up later.
Certainly. I will certainly pop a post up because we're going to be at the Swan Valley Psychic and Holistic Fair. So that's held at what they call the Bellovere Homestead, which in my brain back in the 70s used to be El Caballo Blanco. And it's on the Great Northern Highway just outside of Midland. So it's in Swan Valley. It's probably on a hill. I hate hills, but I'm not driving, so that's okay. So yeah, that's the market that will be on at this weekend. Apparently it's quite a beautiful place. I've not been there before. Spirit guided me to that market, so hopefully there's some fun to be had.
Okay, and so next up we have Heather would like you to draw a card for her.
Heather, I would love to draw a card for you. What my cards are saying to me, Heather, before I have drawn one for you, is that, oh wow, have you got a busy month ahead of you. What you think you're doing and what you are doing is probably double or triple, okay? Because the cards are saying there's a sense of, woo, okay, you better be eating your Weet-Bix. There's plenty to be doing, okay? And that doing, okay, comes with some honest words. And I feel that this is a self-honesty in that, you know, when you've had enough, you've had enough. You need to be able to say to yourself, actually, that's crap for me. I don't want to do that. How you translate that to someone else, that's all about you and how you want to be able to tell them. But what this card is telling you is a self-honesty. Like you can tell yourself in any kind of language that you want to hear that shit, that actually does not work for you, okay? There is a really simple path to acceptance with something that it's almost like you feel like you've been forced to do, that you've been encouraged to do. Well, you're not forced to do it, but I can totally understand and relate to that fact that you are doing it. But what this card is saying is be honest. Say, you know what, this shit does not work for me, and I want to be doing something differently, or I'll do this shit, but I'll do it differently so that it actually works to you. Because this is about self-awareness, and this is about being honest with yourself. So hopefully that can tell you that you have the confidence to make a decision that also brings with it a lot of change. I can almost feel like your brain is saying to me, what? I can't do that. But you know what? You can. You can do it. And you will feel much, much better because you're doing it for you. Okay?
So a couple of messages for you. So
I love messages.
Marissa says that she's been using her cards for 2 weeks now, doing daily readings, and they're always accurate. So, and when I saw that message, I thought it is time to remind people where they can get hold of these amazing cards.
I tell you, I was very lucky to meet that wonderful woman at a market that we did in Kwinana. But for those of you I haven't met and you would like to purchase a pack of cards for yourself, then you can jump online to Southern Cross Oracle Stones and you can purchase them from there. You can have them pre-postage, or if you live close, then we can do it where we don't have to involve the postman, and you get a much quicker result so that you can have your own set of cards that you can play with. And if you do buy a pack of cards, because these are my cards, well, they're not my cards, they will be your cards. So happy to help you work with them to the best of your ability. I'm really happy to teach you how to make the most of them, okay? I would love it if you decided to buy a pack.
Brad said that he has a pool. You're always welcome for lunch and a swim, but give him a week to organise it.
Okay, I think by next week it might be, yeah. Okay, get organised, Brad. I fancy having a pool and not,
I know, it's sacrilege. When I saw that, I was just like...
Baby, I don't get that. I don't get that. But that's me.
I thought a message that you'll love. Lara D just went to the phone and kissed the screen from Colleen.
Oh, Lara D, Nana Turtle loves you. Oh. She wouldn't have a bar of me last time I saw her, though, which, you know, that's the way of the world when you're not quite two. But she's a woman who knows what she wants. So we spent a lot of time together having fun while the parents were out. Doing things with the nana that you can't do with the parents. Love that little button.
So, Samantha Lynette popped in, said, hi, Susan, could she please have a card?
I would love to give you a card, Samantha. Okay. So, this you wanted the last card, or the first card from the bottom of the pack, okay? What this is about is, like... spring cleaning is the word that comes to mind, but not in the actual cleaning sense, because how spring cleaning came about was, you know, 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, people would spend the whole of winter indoors And then as soon as spring hit, they had to go out and have a bath because they hadn't had a bath for months. And then they had to clean the house of all the soot from the fires that they had. So this card is kind of like that. It's about getting outside, and it's about changing what you've been looking at, okay? This is a card of healing, but it's a card of much, much more. It's a card of renewal and deciding what works for you personally, Samantha. And it comes with it with a great sense of obligation, a great sense of, you know, maybe a large part of your life is about function, is about doing things for other people. But what this card is offering you is the opportunity to put a little you in there, to be able to say, well, hang on a minute. You know, on Thursday afternoons, that's going to be me time. And if that's what you want to do, then that's what you will do. I'm getting, I don't know whether it's cotton or knitting, but a lot of fabric kind of things. I don't know what you want to do with them. That's really quite intriguing. But what this card is offering you is the chance for some emotional spring cleaning, some renewal, some sense of purpose, okay? So what this card is telling you is time is now, okay? Look out for you, okay? Get to that spring cleaning. It actually sounds quite scary, but it also sounds very, very rewarding on a lot of levels. So hopefully that will answer some of your questions, Samantha.
So we have a little breather in the list of card readers, and I thought
that's my breathing.
That people might be really interested in that Halloween event that you're doing that
yes.
I can never remember the name of.
Yeah.
My technical skills.
My beloved friend here, who's fantastically wonderful, I said to her a couple of weeks ago that I get all, I think the word I used was self-righteous, you know, judgmental, spiritually judgmental. Yeah, righto. I'm not as anti-pantsy and as professional as, you know, some could be. And I got annoyed with all the Halloween things. So what I decided to do was run a little workshop on the 31st of October, which, you know, some people out there in the world will be celebrating as Halloween. But where we live in Perth, we live in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's actually Beltane. Okay, Beltane is about spring, it's about new energy, it's about love relationship, it's about sex, it's about having intimacy in your personal connection. So what I'm doing is a little 3-hour online workshop, which has the advertising on Facebook, and it will be some lessons and some fun, perhaps a little bit of silliness, and there's also a love reading thrown in there as well. So if you want to come join me to celebrate Bethane, then please do, because I would love it. Because it ain't Halloween in our world, I tell you. Okay, got off my little soapbox.
Samantha said that, thank you, it definitely made sense to me. Also, your nails are still looking good. That's funny, because I was going to say, is that the nails girl that works at my favourite store, Bunnings?
I really, I have to, you know, Samantha, these nails have driven me nuts this week because I keep thinking I'm bleeding, you know, because I've never had red, well, I think last time I had red nails, I had a different path in life, and you know, red nails were the thing, whereas I keep looking at them thinking, what, I've knocked myself, but no, thank you. But they'll be coming off very shortly. I think that I need to go back to sparkly blue or sparkly purple, because yeah, red's kind of interesting.
So Marissa would like a card for her daughter. What's coming up for her?
Okay, so with your daughter, half the pack wants to fall out, okay? So what that certainly tells me straight up is busy, okay? It's almost like the busy energy is not productive, okay? So this is the card that I have drawn for her. This is the card of, oh, shit, should I have done it that way? This is the card of taking a deep breath, and I do it fairly often, that whole shut your bloody mouth, Johnson, like I do honestly think, my dear, that your daughter is going to need to temper her responses to an emotional situation, okay? What this means is that it's not in her best interest to make it known. I wouldn't be putting it out there in the digital world that she's, doing something, because this is the card of confusion in communication, and this is the card of, oh shit, should I have done it that way? Should I have done it a little bit different? Okay, you know what? Either way, it's okay. But either way, one way might be a little bit easier than the other. And what this card is telling me is at the moment, she has so much in her life, a little bit of break in the traffic, a bit of a red light, stop and take stock would be well received. So that's the card's advice for her. Whether or not she takes it, totally her choice. Totally her choice.
She said that's so true. She's very confused.
Okay. I get really confused. I tell her I'm with her on that, but sometimes it's like, shut the lips and don't actually say.
She also wants to know when you're going back to Kwinana. I'm thinking that so she can cook us lunch.
Pasta. I think I had the bribery of pasta for some reason. I think it's the first or the second Sunday of the month. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, by next week I'll know. I will find out these things. I will find out.
And she wants to know if you're going to have one of your new little books, like,
yes,
there at Kwinana for her.
I shall save thee one. Even if I sell them all this weekend, I'll save one just for thee. Okay? Because you're a pretty damn good human.
Missy, welcome. She would like to have a card for her eldest son and what's in store for him.
Okay. So let's have a look through the cards and see what is in store for him. Okay. There is a lot of confusion, okay? So I'm going to reshuffle the cards for him, Missy. I think that your eldest has a decision to make. And it's not a decision that has come easily. So the cards are being quite confused around him, okay? It's, he's somebody who actually likes to see every side of the fence. I'll do it this way, or if I do it that way, or, if I do it that, and then I'll be able to do it. So the card that he's drawn, the card of protection, okay? I feel that what this card is telling him, Missy, is that he holds back and holds in a lot of stuff. He internalizes, and when something annoys him, he just doesn't say, hey, that annoys me. He draws it into his soul. He's very emphatic, and he's very, very much an emotional and spiritual sponge at the moment, and this is not helping him, okay? This is not being how he could best be presented, okay? I feel quite strongly that has a good grounding that he's not using at the moment, okay? The sense of power and defense are totally at odds with each other. It's almost like, I'm fighting with myself, and I don't need anyone else to feel, a little bit, not unhappy, but, conflicted. Now, this card tells me, Missy, that it's decision time, that your son would be well advised just to make a choice he thinks he can work with and to go ahead and do it. Because this conflict, as it is not helping him. Not helping him move forward or whatever. I'm getting this sensation of uniforms. I don't feel that it's not like a prison, but there's some kind of officialdom associated with the uniforms. And, 100 people might say to him, don't be a policeman. But he actually has the energy that he would be well suited for that kind of profession. But I feel that there is a uniform for him in his very near future, certainly within the next 12 months, okay? It's a uniform he wears, not a uniform that arrests him or something like that, okay? But the conflict that he feels now is very, very intense, okay? Has a decision to make, and I don't believe that the cards are saying that you can help him with that. He needs to make it himself. Okay. Hopefully that's given you an answer without too many questions, because I certainly feel that around you, Missy, right at this moment, a few too many questions. And it's like, hey, where's the break in the traffic? I just need a moment to be able to sit down and enjoy my coffee. So, yeah, you can't help him with the answer, but you can certainly be there to support him when he makes the decision. Okay?
How do you, Missy says you're spot on. How do you spell Beltane?
Belthane.
Spelling is my really weak point.
Belthane. I'm a terrible speller. I learned to play Scrabble and lose because of my terrible spelling. So, yeah. Belthane is... it's a season. It's like the indigenous people of Australia. They have different seasons to the white settlers, as they were called, the invaders, whatever side of the fence you come. And back in the late 70s, early 80s, because I'm quite an obsessive person, like if I'm into you, I'm really into you. I could drive you nuts, right? I was totally into Wicca. I lived and breathed it. So the seasons of the pagan calendar were very, very important to me. So, the me that I am now, old and, a bit more mellow, quite quiet, a bit shy, all that sort of stuff, is I still hang on to some of the things that I really liked from my intense years. And one of them is some of the pagan rituals, like that their seasons change. I happen to be born at the time of the solace, so it's really important for me to be able to celebrate my birthday in that way, in that spiritual way as well. So yeah, Beltane, it's about spring cleaning, it's about love, it's about freshening the energy and getting things right. We've got a couple of people that are attending the seminar that are actually from the Northern Hemisphere. So it's quite interesting because for them it is Halloween. It is proper Halloween because they live in the Northern Hemisphere. But for us in the Southern Hemisphere, it's Beltane. I'd really love to see you. If you happen to fancy popping in, I'd appreciate it. So let's do one last one if there's somebody else around that wants to have the last reading of the night.
Who would like to take the last reading of the night?
Who is it? Hello.
Is it going to be you, Di?
Is there anybody out there? There used to be a song saying that. Okay, let's have... Who is this person? Whoever the person is, they have the card of change, the card of travel. Okay? So...
Oh, it's Missy.
Okay, Missy, you're on the move, girl. You are on the move. This doesn't feel like a house move, but it does feel like transport, cars, trucks, something big, okay? It's not a little kind of hatchback car. It's something big. You have the card of travel, motion, movement, and change, okay? What this means is that there's a sense of relief over some kind of transport. There's a sense of, oh my God, that bloody thing is sorted, okay? Because this card is on your side. It's got the track, the GPS is very firmly in your favour, Okay, great card to have. Great. So hopefully that's giving you.
She's going the truck with lots of like laughing smiles with tears.
Is that the truck I hexed? Oh no, I didn't hex it. I don't do that anymore. Is that the truck I did a protection circle over? That one that's going to move? Oh, you'll be happy about that.
And Diane kind of did me at the same time that Missy like got in. So can we draw a card for Di for the last one of the night?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can definitely do that. Let's have a shuffle. See what these cards want to be able to give to you. Okay, so let's split them and see. Ooh, now what this card tells me, Di, is that there is a structural problem in a house. Okay, so that there is solutions that need to be sought in regard to a house. Now, I'm getting the sensation of water. I don't feel as though it's the toilet because I can't smell anything, but I get the strongest sensation of an issue to do with water, okay? If somebody wants to encourage you to put in a swimming pool or do something with water, then what this card is saying is take a deep breath, say no, this is not the week for it. I actually haven't got time to sort it out when it turns into a problem, okay? This is a card of solutions, which you can't have solutions without a challenge. So if you would rather avoid the challenge in the coming week because your week is certainly very busy and there's a lot that's happening around that house, okay, then I would be saying, hey, hang on a minute, let's put it to next month. Let's, see when you can come back and do it. Because the problem with water is this water around you, it seems to be both financial but mostly damn annoying, okay? My advice would be to not avoid it, but to put it away for later. Is in that I'll think about that. I'll think about whether I want that done, okay? So there we are. We have Friday night pleasure. Done, dusted and sorted. I tell you, I've done, 4 of these now? One could even say that I'm not so scared by them. But they're still pretty wow.
And if the one that wasn't talking about themselves might even say they were pretty awesome.
Bless. She's strange. I like her. I do. She hasn't farted all week.
I'm going to have to do something about that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for popping into our Friday Night Live. You can see me at the market this weekend if you're up Swan Valley Way. You can certainly catch me online. Any questions, always just ask me. And, the book of the week could be yours. All you need to do is ask, and we will get it to you. Okay, thank you. I will see you again.